Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox and I'm coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 6 Episode 18. Got a lot to talk about today. You guys don't have any makeup on, okay? I'm about to go get my eyelashes done. Me being the extra frugal one, because if you have any makeup on, she charges you extra to clean the makeup off of your eyes. So, you know me, I got to take it a whole step further. Just don't put shit on today. I am not fixing to be wasting no damn money on you washing my eyelashes. So, yeah, we ain't got no makeup on. I went on and put some lipstick on so I just wouldn't look too flicked, but you know. Y'all work with me. Lot to talk about today, right? So, it's gonna be a long review, I already know. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys. First things first, Apollo is now stupid ass Apollo. Okay, y'all know how I named Bucky and her hair Bucky and her hair. Okay, and that's just what it is. From now on, it's stupid ass Apollo. Y'all remember that. So the show starts where it ended last week, okay, which is with that stupid ass Apollo over in the corner talking with Kenya. In walks Phaedra and Candy, and you guys, you know, Phaedra's face just tells it all. She is over this bullshit. I was laughing at how she walked up on stupid ass Apollo and his face. I was just, see, this is how you know stupid ass Apollo is stupid. Nigga, you was on vacation, okay, with your wife. Why you got so lax to think that your wife was never gonna come in the room in the first damn place, okay? You should know that at any moment she could be around the goddamn corner. Why are you sitting up here shooting the shits with somebody when you know your wife got a problem with her? Okay, that's why I tell you he's stupid. And then when Phaedra walks in the damn room, she walks up to him, you know, she's still cool hand Luke. Okay, this bitch got ice water running through her veins. For anybody who thought that Phaedra was gonna go off on stupid ass Apollo or Kenya, absolutely not. I'm telling you, that shit is frustrating, ain't it? Because if any time warrants a bitch to act a goddamn fool, this is the time, okay? Jump over that couch and be like, what the fuck going on here? But like I said, no. She walks up, she's still calm. What is going on here? Bitch, if y'all get some fucking oomph, you know, puffed up in that voice, I was just like, ugh. Kenya and Stupid Ass Apollo both kind of looking like, oh, you know. Stupid Ass Apollo is just like, oh, we just kind of talking about, you know, letting things go and, you know, moving forward and some other bullshit that he was coming up with. And then in walks Nene and Portia. They so loud and over the top and like, hey y'all, what's going on? What y'all doing over here? That, you know, stupid ass Apollo takes that time to get up and sort of like saved by the bell, okay? Phaedra's not able to continue on with her confrontation. And she just lets him walk off without really saying anything. And you guys, I'm telling you, I am so tired of this. Okay, because pissed off black woman 101 says that when your man is talking to some bitch that you don't like, and you have made that quite clear plenty of times, yeah, it's time for a different reaction. And then Phaedra just decides that, you know, she's over it, she's tired of this shit, and, you know, she just leaves, okay? She's tired, she wants to go to bed. I was just like, oh. And you know what was even more frustrating was the fact that even though Phaedra had done left, you know what, Kenya still don't have respect for her. She still walks up to that stupid ass Apollo and was just like, okay, so are we okay now? We got everything clear. And he was just like, if you stop everything, then I'ma stop everything. If you gonna keep on going, then I'ma keep on going. See, that's why the nigga's stupid, okay? Now, we done told your motherfucking ass to drop it many times, and you gonna keep on saying you gonna keep it going. That nigga is stupid. So, you know, Nene and Portia, they come on in, they trying to be the voice of reason. They kind of pull stupid ass Apollo to the side once they see how Phaedra is upset and she left and everything. And they was like, listen, the respect should come for your wife, okay? The loyalty is with your wife. You over here lollygagging and pussyfooting and having a good time with Kenya over there, and your wife is upset. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you even doing all of this? No, stupid ass Apollo, he don't know. Child, this look. He don't see nothing wrong with it. You don't take your dumb ass back to the room and try to fix it with your girl. So, you know, we get the stupid ass Apollo walking back to the room. It's kind of looking like the shit might have clicked in and maybe he's starting to feel some kind of remorse for it. But you know what? That ain't really it. He gets to the room and, Phaedra is standing out on the damn stairs because she ain't got no key. And I was just like, see, now this is how when you try to have a big exit, ladies, you know how you be fighting with your man somewhere and you be like, fuck it, I'm leaving. And then you walk your ass out to the car and then you remember you ain't got the keys and he got the keys. And then you got to go back in the fucking party and find your man. And then you walk up to him and you be like, give me the keys, I'm leaving. And he was like, fuck you, I ain't giving you no keys. And you was like, yes, I am. And he was like, you ain't leaving me. So then you got to turn your ass back around and walk out. You walk back out trying to prove your point. point, just as stupid. That was Phaedra. I felt so sorry for her. She was still sitting there. He was just like, why you even leave? You came in all jovial. She was like, jovial. Don't try to use no big ass words. Say just happy. Phaedra's like, I'm gonna need the keys. I need to use the bathroom. I need to go pee. And stupid ass Apollo was just like, you're not gonna come on back down? She was like, no, I'm tired. I'm not going back down there. I am over this. I have already told you plenty of times and I ain't going back down there. Okay. He was just like, well, let me go get the key. Okay. So then she had to sit her ass there on the stairs and wait. But like I said before, I am gonna need for Phaedra to stop giving Kenya such a hard fucking time and letting that stupid ass Apollo slide. Kenya is the single one. Not only that, but Kenya is the rebel rouser. She is the one that gets shit started. We already know that. Okay, so if you keep on giving her this reaction, she gonna keep on doing it. Get your fucking man straight. As far as Kenya's concerned, Kenya ain't even the point because your nigga is stupid. Okay, he just cannot, it just ain't sinking in the brain. The next day, Kenya's down at the beach and she's feeling rejuvenated, okay? She's feeling fresh and like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders because she did what she came to do, okay? Which was have to talk with Apollo, get the nigga to admit that he was lying, and go from there. Okay, so she's feeling real good. Okay, Lawrence, come on down there, y'all. And side note, if Lawrence ain't look like Nettie's kids when they came back from Africa in the color purple, y'all remember when they came and the fucking colors was flying in the wind and shit? I was like, Lawrence, you was a flowing with that burgundy. Didn't tell that nigga nothing. I was just like, okay, Lawrence, big thick neck ass. You ain't from the motherland and I know something. I guess everybody was taken back by Miss Lawrence. Even when Peter and Cynthia got down there, Peter told him that he looked beautiful. And I was just like, okay, I ain't even gonna touch it. Well, Cynthia was just like, well, what happened last night? Because I wasn't there. And she was just like, oh, we just needed to have a little talk. And, Peter was like, oh, so that's your version? Oh, okay. Lawrence come talking some shit about the thing with stupid ass Apollo and Kenya is that they have Brad and Angelina chemistry. Man, fuck that. I wouldn't put it there, but I will say that stupid ass Apollo is quite smitten with Miss Kenya. In the meantime, Phaedra and that stupid ass Apollo is back at the room and they having breakfast. And that stupid ass Apollo is doing shit, stupid shit to try to, make you be in a good mood. Ladies, you know how it is when you be mad at your man or some shit and then the nigga come and tickle you to try to make you laugh and you be like, motherfucker, you don't get your hands off of me. So anyways, again, for the umpteenth time, Phaedra explains how she does not want stupid ass Apollo to be sitting there talking to Kenya. She doesn't understand why he doesn't understand that Kenya is a threat to their relationship and that she is trying to ruin their family. And then she just comes to the conclusion that the Negro just cannot get it, okay? What we need to do with stupid ass Apollo is take him back to kindergarten, give him the C. Jane Go books, okay, and go from there. Maybe he just need to start all the way over. Shit. But what he is good at is the old Jedi mind trick because all of a sudden he gonna switch that shit up and be like, baby, you got a birthday coming up. What you want to do? Nigga, you ain't fixing to sit up here and turn it around. I'm talking about what I want to do for my birthday. Shit. That's what the fuck I want to do. Get out of my face. So, stupid ass Apollo, he gets with Candy. And I guess they have a real quick conversation and he was like, try to throw some shit together for her real fast tonight and I'm gonna bring her on down to the thing and we gonna act like that's for her birthday. I guess her birthday is like a week away or whatever. So everybody, the group all gathers together, look like they was probably just gonna be going to dinner anyway. He even take the time to blindfold us. What the fuck you blindfolding me for? Okay, Phaedra's so over it, the bitch wanna go home, I don't blame her. They get there and everybody started like, surprise! And she's just like, oh, thank you. Some old low budget ass. The shit is real empty looking. I was just like, fuck, they ain't got no tables or nothing. They done went and got a pinata with some old little rinky dinky donkey. It ain't even big with shit, and they trying to swing at it and hit it. Somebody finally says, act like it's Kenya. I figured that was gonna come. But anyway, she's swinging at it and trying to hit it and it ain't doing shit. So then Portia was just like, let me try. She get her ass up there and knock that shit so hard that it knock over the fucking cake. I was just like, oh, now if that's not a symbol of stupid ass Apollo and Phaedra's relationship, I don't know what is. That shit is on the ground and she was just like, oh, did I knock over the cake? Yes, Portia, you knocked over the cake, dummy. So anyways, y'all, they try to make the shit nice. They sit down and Candy got a couple of nice words for, Phaedra saying how that's her ride or die friend and, she loves her. She's always been there, this, that, and the other. And then we get that stupid ass Apollo up there and the stupid ass Apollo say, I want to thank you for being the mother to my two children and Yeah, let's continue to go forward from here. I was just like, is that the most heartfelt that you can give for your damn wife? And then what made the shit worse is I think Portia was just like, yay! I was just like, everybody was sitting there like, oh, okay, so we ain't said we love you. Okay, I'm sorry that shit is fucked up, but we gonna get better. Okay, we strong in our relationship. All kind of shit that you could have said. You said we gonna move forward. Oh, okay. Man, that shit was pitiful. So the next night, the group gathers for an unknown event. Kenya's the one that put it together, and Kenya hasn't got there yet, but when the group gets there and they all realize that it's pillows all over the place and, no tables and shit, they all get, a terrible flashback of the damn pillow talk event that Nene had. And sure enough, when Kenya gets here, she's just like, we're gonna have a redo of the couple's night of pillow talk. Everybody was like, oh shit. Now who the fuck feel like doing that shit over? Okay, the first time it ended in disaster. No, this time it's gonna be innocent questions. The questions are not specific to any couple. Whatever, Kenya. So, ain't nobody really feeling it, but, we all settled down for another night of pillow talk. So the first question is for Portia. Do you like wild sex or romantic sex? I don't care what they ask Portia. I always be nervous for the po child. I like wild sex, but I also like romantic sex. Like when you have sex with somebody older and it's slow. Lord, why she say that? Okay, you got two old ass motherfuckers that's sitting on the pillow next to their wives and this whole thing, and they ain't taking too kindly to this. Okay, Nene jump her ass up. She in her feelings. Okay, just because it's somebody that's older don't mean that the sex is slow. Portia was just like, I know that. That's not what I said. And then Nene said, well, when you had sex with Cordell is older. When you had sex with Cordell, was it slow? Yes, it was slow. I was just like, let's get off of this question because, this was a bad start. So Nene gets the next question. Name something about another couple that annoys you. Now, Nene says she's annoyed by ignorance. Nene, shall I remind you? Inappropriate, bund, bridemaid, fisses. Fuck you talking about you annoyed by ignorance. Okay, that's fucking the pot calling the kettle black. Then she picks on Portia because obviously the comment about old people having slow sex has really, really gotten up underneath Nene's skin. She says, Portia, you saying that old people have slow sex is ignorant, and how she needs to educate herself, and before she speaks so that she knows what she's talking about. And I was like, bitch, why the fuck you taking this shit so goddamn personal? We all know that you done sat up there plenty of times and told us how you and Greg have wonderful sex and how Greg can go and go and go and he got all this stamina and all this. Okay, ain't nobody sitting up here saying that having sex with Greg is slow. Okay, what we said was having sex with Greg gives you worms. Peter jumps in and co-signs. Okay, he's 52 years old and, just making general statements about something shows that you were ignorant. No, being offended by a general statement means that you a hit dog and you hollering. That's what the fuck that means. If you don't take your slow fucking ass somewhere, shit. Then Nene jumps on Candy and says how, she feels that Candy is ignorant because Candy didn't think that she still had a period. And I was just like, what the fuck is she just sitting back just thinking of all kind of shit that got on her nerves in the past? Like, who the fuck cares? And Candy was just like, she's mad at me about a comment that I made a long time ago about whether or not she still had her period. I'm not checking your panties. If you still having a period, then flow on. Nene says she and Greg can have a baby tonight if she wanted. Okay, fuck. Greg done got dewormed and he ready. And it's just going so far left. Todd jumps in and to kind of defend Candy, he was just like, listen, if you want to school somebody, then school somebody, but don't talk down to me and then school me, okay? And then here go Nene again with the, if you have a problem with the way that I say something, I'm just like, oh, fuck, Nene, what is it? Why you? Maybe the bitch is premenopausal. I tell you guys, this is the frustrating Nene. When she gets into this mode, she gets on my nerves. Now, the last question is Lawrence's. What is defined as cheating? God damn it, I needed to see that fucking paper. I know that shit ain't said that, because why the fuck we even asking Lawrence? That shit was a setup. That shit did not say that. After Lawrence say some bullshit about how he don't consider one night stands, cheating, and, everybody kind of look at him like he got two fucking heads, then he directs the question to Phaedra and Stupid Ass Apollo. Apollo, and that's how I knew that shit was a setup. Phaedra says, well, if she finds out that her man is cheating, then she's out of there. Except for if my man's name is stupid ass Apollo, and there's been plenty of talk around Atlanta that stupid ass Apollo fucks a whole bunch of women on the side, then I'll stay. And then that stupid ass Apollo gets started on the whole thing about how everybody cheats. Now listen, you guys. I totally understand what, stupid ass Apollo is trying to say. Yes, obviously everybody has the ability to cheat. Definitely cheating is a choice. Okay, but this ain't really the time for you to be trying to wax poetical and, coming up with some poignant shit about what everybody can do when your motherfucking ass is in the doghouse. Why are you so goddamn stupid that you can't just sit there and be quiet sometimes? You always got to put in your 2 cents. He just continuously puts his foot in his mouth, you guys. It's just dumb. Todd ain't really feeling that. He was just like, why would you go into a relationship already knowing that you can cheat? It's sort of like setting yourself up for failure. I tell my friends that all the time. I have a guy friend of mine who believes that everybody cheats and is just like it's inevitable. And he's recently gotten into a new relationship. He really likes the girl, and she makes him happy and everything, but he's already told me that he knows he's not gonna be faithful to her. And I was just like, why the fuck would you even start it like that? Because we all know self-fulfilling prophecies. If that's what the fuck you think, then that's what you're gonna do. How about you start it off saying, I'm gonna be true to this person, I'm gonna do it the right way this time? And I have a feeling that stupid ass Apollo has that way of thinking. Kenya sends the men off to her room because they still got, the women got some house cleaning items that they need to talk about. Okay, so the men go off and the women stay there. First thing Kenya does is just like, you know what, Nene, I feel like we need to kind of discuss why you're not friends with Marlo. Nene shuts that shit down immediately. It was just like, you know what, I'm not fucking talking about Marlo tonight. I don't know what you think, but that ain't what it's about to be. Classic Nene is all I'll say. Then did you guys notice the shade when Kenya was like, well, now it's time to address the elephant in the room, Phaedra. I was just like, oh, is that some low-key shade? Did he just call Phaedra an elephant? And they go back and forth about how Phaedra feels about Kenya, and Phaedra's just like, I don't know why you can't understand that we do not want to be your friend. And Kenya was just like, well, that's not what your husband said. And I was just like, oh. Fighting words there, okay? Shit, you felt sorry for Phaedra because her damn husband's so goddamn stupid that she couldn't even say that is what he said, because that probably ain't what the nigga said. Phaedra says that she contemplating slapping the dog piss out of Kenya, and Kenya was just like, no, you did not, okay, because that is not gonna happen today. Phaedra ain't gonna do shit, you guys. If Phaedra ain't done nothing up until now, she definitely is not going to do anything. Kenya was just like, yeah, you jump your ass up and run over here if you want to, okay? If you feeling froggish, then bitch leave. Just to save face, I wish, Phaedra would have just jumped up and act like she was gonna do something, but I was just like, oh, this is just bad for Phaedra. Then, for whatever reason, Portia jumps in. This is between married folks, and you shouldn't even be in it. I was just like, oh, Portia. And so Kenya was just like, oh, really? This is what you saying, Portia? Yes, I am. And she was just like, yeah, you, of all people, somebody who admitted to being your husband's beard. And y'all, why she say that? Goddamn Portia was like, that is a motherfucking lie. I never said that. Kenya was like, oh, yes, you did, bitch. You did say that you was a beard. That's basically what you said. And then Portia starts up with everybody's tired comeback is, you don't have a man and you not gonna never have a man. You can comment on somebody else's marriage. You too busy messing with everybody else's man. You are low down and dirty, and that's why you had never been married. Tired of the comeback, frankly, okay? Why she need to get her own fucking man when Phaedra's man seemed to give her as much attention as she needs? But enough of this shit, okay? Candy says, you know what, this shit ain't getting nowhere. Why are we still even talking about this? And everybody agrees that this conversation is null and void, okay? So I guess they agree to disagree, and everybody's just like, where my man at so we can go on back home. So they get up to go back to Kenya's room to get the men, and they hear some arguing. That shit is like, first thing Phaedra's like is, Lord, I hope that ain't that stupid ass Apollo. Now, while the ladies was discussing what they was discussing down there at the pillows, the other peaches was having their discussion in Kenya's room. Greg has taken this time to explain to Peter how upset he was when Peter confronted Nene at the charity ball, disrespected him by going in Nene's face, yelling at her in front of Greg, and Greg said he ain't taking that shit no goddamn more. You try that shit one more time, I'm whooping that ass. Peter was just like, I did not go up to your wife. Your wife came up to me. And Greg was like, she did not come up to you at all. I was watching and thinking like, see, Greg might not be a slow fucker, but that dementia is setting in, nigga, because Nene did walk up to Peter. Peter was talking to Cynthia. Y'all all remember it. Okay, and Nene was walking out, and she turned around and walked her big ass back up to Peter and was just like, Peter, do you have a problem with me? And that was the only time that Peter continued to say anything to Nene. Otherwise, she could have got in her car and left, and Peter would have been talking to his wife, and that would have been that. Not only that, but Greg stood his ass off to the side back then, ain't said shit. Now, all of a sudden, you decide you want to say some shit some weeks later. However long this is, okay? This shit been burning your bridges that long that you had to say some shit? Yeah, y'all. That was nothing but, Greg done had him something to drink, and, he was feeling extra, extra courageous. So, they get to arguing, and then they jump up, and then, Greg was just like, you want to live? You want to live? That ain't some old people shit to say you want to live. But you gonna kill Peter now, Greg? Todd jumps up to try to break it up, and stupid ass Apollo just like, Todd, sit down, and ain't shit fixing to happen with these old ass niggas, okay? They all up in each other's chest, all huffed up, and yeah, I don't want to see no old people fight. I can appreciate a good fight, but, if he would have hit Greg, and, Greg would have stumbled back and knocked the fucking vase over and, jumped back up, and the nigga would have had water from the vase on him, and then he'd come swinging on Peter, and Peter would have ducked, and Greg would have fell back over this way on top of the damn chair and flipped over the couch. I don't want to see that, y'all. So the girls come in, and they trying to figure out what's going on. Stupid ass Apollo and Todd is just sitting over there, and, Peter is trying to explain to Cynthia, you know what, I'm just ready to go. Let's just go. And then Greg was just like, no, I was talking to him about the charity ball. And then Nene, once again, jumps her ass up in Peter's face and is telling him how he needs to stop being in the women's business and how the women all settle their issues their way and that he's a man and he need to hang out with the men and stop trying to be in the women's shit. And you need to stop trying to be like a damn bitch. Excuse me, so what you say now? I know you did not just say that I'm acting like a bitch, okay? Peter was looking at her like she was crazy. In the meantime, that goddamn Cynthia is standing off to the side, ain't saying shit. Now listen, we know that Cynthia is in love with Nene and she will not go against her master. But listen, let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Okay, I can be pissed the fuck off at my husband. I could even not agree with the way he handles shit. But ain't no way that some woman is gonna sit up there and call my man a fucking bitch and I don't say nothing. Really, Cynthia? You gonna let your man sit there and be fucking just flailing in the water without a goddamn inner tube or nothing? Okay, if you don't throw his ass a life vest, put that bitch in that place. Absolutely no way that she should jump up in this man's face again. Okay, Greg backs up again. Okay, Peter's got to defend himself against a woman again. Why you keep letting this shit happen, Cynthia? That shit burned me up. I guess we're gonna see what else happened next week with that, but right now, yeah, Cynthia, you ain't looking too good with this. Alright, you guys, it's hot in this car. I'm sweating. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna see what happens next week. I'm telling you, I love this show. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything I do will be in the bottom bar. So I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.